Hey everybody, this is Lorelia. Happy New Year's, now 2021, coming to you with another video. So as we embark into 2021, I know it's been a while since I did a video, and if you see the title of this video, the video is business credit scams. And the reason why I said business credit scams on Clubhouse, I know I'm going to get a lot of slack on this video. On this video. So just to give you a recap, if you're not familiar, Clubhouse is like this new social media platform that is audio. It's like an audio delivery. So basically, people go into different rooms and there's different topics, and there's people who's moderating the room, and then you have the listeners. And, of course, there's all types of topics, ranging from anything from business, entrepreneurship, whatever you like. It's probably people on there talking about, baking cookies or knitting, knitting and crocheting, but primarily the things that, I'm interested in being part of the conversations is usually centered around, credit, real estate, entrepreneurship. So that is where I primarily, go into rooms for. And so the reason why I titled this video, business credit scams on Clubhouse, is because I always tell people that business credit is not like personal credit. I'm really going to give you some real information on why, and I know the word scam is really, a big word, and it could be a big juggernaut. And so it's really to get you to pay attention. But what I really want to, provide you with an understanding of the difference between business credit and personal credit. So business credit.
Someone said good evening.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Daryl. Business credit is not like personal credit. So personal credit is a service that's provided, or either, I don't even want to say a service. It's basically an area of expertise that is governed by the law. And what do I mean by that? Meaning that there are rules to the engagement. There are rules that credit professionals must follow if they are going to work with consumers when it's in regards to their credit. So let me give you an example of that. If I wanted to provide credit repair services to individuals, or consider myself a credit repair professional, agent, whatever you want to say, there are rules that I must follow. There's the FTC, Federal Trade Commission. That is the governmental body that oversees the FCRA, which is the Federal Credit Reporting Act. That has to do with how information is reported on your credit report. Then there's the FDCPA, the Federal Debt Collection Practices Act. That has to do with how debt collectors communicate with you as a consumer and things that they report on your credit report. There are governmental bodies that assist consumers to help them navigate through the whole credit repair process. Personal credit space. And then, of course, there's the CPFB, which is the Consumer Protection Financial Board. I forget the acronym. And so I say all that to say that there are governmental entities that protect you as the consumer. So that's why whenever I have a class or whenever I work with people, I always say, don't take my word for it. I'm going to give you the source, and you go and read it yourself and see how you're going to interpret it. And that's what I always say, don't take my word for it. Don't take this person's word for it. go to the source. Now, Lorelia, what does that have to do with business credit? Why would you say business credit, business credit scams on ClubHouse? Unlike personal credit, business credit does not fall in that same category. There is no governmental entity or body that really protects you as the business owner with what is the right business credit information, way to get business credit. There is no legal governmental body that is overseeing how business credit is delivered to the business owner who wants business credit. So you can't go to the Federal Trade Commission and say, hey, is there a governmental body that oversees me as a business owner to make sure that I'm not being taken advantage of when it comes to business credit? No, doesn't exist. Now, why do I say it doesn't exist? Doesn't exist in the realm of like personal credit. Business credit doesn't fall under the FCRA. Business credit doesn't fall under the FDCPA. Business credit doesn't fall under the CPFB. Doesn't fall under that. So when it comes to business credit, it's pretty much the wild, wild west. What do I mean by that? Anyone and everyone has their way of saying, this is the way that you obtain business credit. You notice I said obtain because I'm totally against building business credit. You do not build business credit. You get access to business credit. You obtain business credit, but you don't build it. It's not like personal credit. You obtain business credit. And what do I mean by that? The reason why I say there are scams, I was literally in a room in ClubHouse and individuals were talking about getting a Navy Federal credit card. They literally was telling people to lie on the credit. How did they go out? Okay, I don't know, for some reason it went out. But anyway, I was saying, I was literally in a room and they were telling individuals that if you want to get a Navy Federal credit card, to lie on your application. Do you hear me? To lie on your application. They literally were telling people that say you have a loved one, a grandfather who was in, I don't know, Vietnam, World War I, World War II, and say that the person is deceased so you can qualify. Because just in case you don't know, in order to get a Navy Federal credit card, either yourself, you have to have been in the armed services, or you know someone who has been, and it has to be a relative. Well, there's a pool of individuals, for example, like myself. I've never been in the military, don't really have no loved ones who've been in the military who are that close to me, like mother, father, brother, don't have no sisters. So once again, wouldn't really qualify. So if that person was similar to me and they wanted a Navy Federal credit card, they were telling people to lie. That's why I say, ladies and gentlemen, all business credit is not created equal. If you think in 2021, 2020 just passed, but if you really think that you are going to maneuver these credit streets by lying, don't get me wrong. I know there's some people sitting here and they're going to watch this video. They may not be watching it live. They may watch the replay and they're going to say, screw her. That's a darn lie, because I did lie on my application and I was able to get a Navy Federal credit card. And I'm here to tell you, at the end of the day, that's why I say all business credit is not created equal. It's not like personal credit, where there are governmental bodies that oversee and protect you as the business owner. So that's why I say, as you navigate these business credit streets on the internet, we all are not created equal. That's why I tell people say to me, well, Lori, how can you guarantee that people can get 5 figures in funding where Everyone else is telling people get vendor trade lines, and then from there you're going to get store cards, and then you get to the land of cash and credit. So how is it that you're talking about something totally different? Because understand that process that people are telling people, which is the trade lines, the store cards, and all this other stuff. I mean, there's people who really hustling. Hey, I'm going to tell you the right trade lines to get. I don't care what type of trade lines you get. If your goal is to get 5 figures in funding, which is 25,000 or more, there ain't no perfect trade line, vendor trade line, net 30 trade line you can get. It don't exist. It don't exist. And I challenge anyone. It doesn't exist. You cannot take someone who has bad personal credit and then try to tell them that all they have to do is get these perfect vendor trade lines that you promising, and some way or the other, they're going to go to the land of getting 25, 30, $50,000 in credit cards or lines of credit. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And so that's why it's easy to play on people's emotions and have them thinking that the only way to be able to get this what it is that you want to obtain is that you have to lie. So you literally are putting your John Hancocks on an application, whether you're signing it digitally or physically, saying that all the information you state is true. Now, like I said, this won't be a popular conversation because I get it. I get it. There's so much misinformation that is being put out there when it comes to business credit. But I thought I was just like floored when literally there are people telling people lie on an application. But it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I did a video on CPN numbers and people trashed me for that. So understand, this is not nothing new for me being a contrarian and what it is that, the information that I share. And it's not that I'm saying my way is the only way, but I also know that when it comes to you lying on a application, which of course can be used against you, because at the end of the day, there's no hiding. We're in an age now where all checks and balances are happening. Whether you know it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, you can say, oh, that doesn't exist. I know a trick. I know someone who knows someone else who said, all I have to do is this, and there wouldn't be no digital footprint that's going to prove that I lied on the application. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. We're in 2021. If you seriously are still saying you have a personal credit issue and you still need personal credit help in terms of raising your credit score, removing derogatories, it's so much information. You don't even have to get it from me. If there's someone else online that you resonate with and you believe that they can help you, by all means, get the help. Because let me tell you this, your personal credit score is your wealth building launching pad. Just whatever makes up your credit score. And of course, it's a lot of things. It's your personal credit profile. And this is what I tell people. It is your financial launching pad. It is. It's a wealth building launching pad. So you no longer can try to navigate, whether it's business credit, whether it's real estate, whether it's entrepreneurship, and say, I'm going to do this without paying attention to my personal credit. So that is why when I say confidently that I can help the individuals that I help, which are real estate investors, get 5 figures in funding, it's because the fastest way to do it If you don't want to deal with getting the perfect net 30s and what store credit cards you should get and you should not get, the fastest way to do that is to leverage your personal credit. That doesn't mean that the credit is going to be on your personal credit report. It just means that the lender who is going to give you the credit is going to look at your financial behavior, your personal credit behavior, to see if you are eligible for the business loan, line of credit, credit cards. That's what it means. Doesn't mean it's going to be on your personal credit. So there's a fine line when people say, I really don't think people understand when I use the terminology leveraging your personal credit. Doesn't mean it's on your personal credit report. It just means that lender is going to make a determination if you are a good candidate for them to extend to you credit. That's what it means. Doesn't mean it's going to be on your personal credit score. I get the whole DTI, debt to income ratio, utilization. You don't want that to happen. You want everything on your business credit. I totally get that. I totally get that. But the fastest way, if you're someone who is looking to get 5 figures in funding, that is the fastest way. I get it. There's 100 ways to skin a cat, but unfortunately, what I share with people and what I teach people and how to get them to get access and to obtain, like I said, you don't build business credit. You get access to. You obtain business credit. There is a difference. So what I'm going to be doing, if you want to have a further conversation about this, I am going to be having a one-day event on Saturday, January 23rd. Of course, is going to be online, and I'm going to be doing more of a deep dive because people want to know, Lorelia, what does it look like? How does my business, my real estate business, because this is going to be primarily for those who are in real estate. How does my business need to be structured for me to ultimately get the 5 figures in funding to do more real estate deals? What does that look like? What do I need to have? What does my personal credit profile need to look like? These are some of the things we're going to talk about. So if you go to www.helpmegetbizcredit.com, that will put you on my email communication list. And there is where you will get the information to learn more about that one-day event on January 23rd on a Saturday. It's going to be a Zoom, and we are going to do a very deep dive. When you walk away, you literally will have the framework that it takes to know if you are funding ready. It is to help you to obtain and get access to funding. This is not we gonna build business credit. We're gonna talk about trade lines and net 30s, and I'm gonna tell you all the magical ones that you can get. That's not what this is about. This is about being able to never lose a real estate deal again because you're able to leverage business credit. That's right. Do you hear me? This is the ability to never lose a real estate deal again by leveraging business credit. And that is what we're going to talk about. This is next level stuff. This is not about how do you build the business credit. We're not talking about Dun & Bradstreets. We're not talking about trade lines. If that's something you want to talk about, this event is not for you. This event is solely for my real estate investors, those individuals, and we are going to talk about why you should not lose out on any deals in 2021. And the way you're not going to lose out on any deals is we're going to make sure that on January 23rd, you're able to walk away with a blueprint and a framework to be able for you to be able to get access or obtain business credit, whether it's from me, whether it's from somebody else, but at least you'll have the framework. So once again, this is Lorelia. Like I said, guard your ear gates and your eye gates when it comes to business credit. If you truly trying to leverage it to build your, real estate portfolio, entrepreneurship, or what have you. But once again, like I said, I know I'm going to get a lot of slack on this video, because for some people, scamming is all they know. Lying on, applications is all they know, and they don't realize that there is another way. So for those who want to know, is there another way? Is there an honest way? I'm here to help you. So once again, this is Lavrelia, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.